To show you in this video how do you open VS Code in two different ways. The first way is to simply go over to your terminal and be able to type, let's say I'll just make a directory temp just for the purpose of this demo, and cd into temp. And then if I wanted to open up this temp directory in VS Code, I can simply do code dot referring to the current directory. If I was in a different directory, I can always do code and then whatever that particular directory is, and I can also open a file this way. So it's basically code space whatever the path is to the thing that you want to open. So that wouldn't, okay, well, that's just kind of, if you put an invalid path, it will try to create that path, and it won't save it until you actually save it. So that's the first way of opening VS Code. It will open up as code here. Now, if you've never set this up before, you are going to need to set it up. And I believe you can do that by going over to some kind of a menu. I don't remember the exact steps to setting it up, but it's super easy. All you have to do is how to open VS Code from terminal, and the first time, okay, so you have to do this particular setup here, launching from command line. You do Command Shift P and then type shell command and install code command in the path. So you will do, let's just do it quickly here. So you're going to go do Command Shift P. So Command Shift P. That'll bring up a menu like this. And then in this Command Shift P menu, you are going to type shell command. And you will see this option to install or uninstall code command in path. You will click it, and that will help you get started with having the code command in your path. Now, the other way to open code that would be useful would be to be able to go into your Finder window and be able to navigate over to your, let me go over to sand temp. So ideally, I would like to have a little menu option here to be able to right click and open this folder with code. So now, a way to do that would be to use the automator. So let's take a look at how we can do that. We are going to open up automator. And in automator, you're going to go to File, New. And then we need to create a service. So workflow can be run from within automator. An application is a self-running workflow. Any files or folders dropped onto an application will be used as the input to the workflow. A quick action are workflows that may be added to the Finder, touch bar, and the services menu. You can manage quick actions in the system preferences. So we're going to create a quick action. So let's do that. So choose. And then workflow receives the, let's see here, what we want to be able to right click files or folders. You could do just folders if that's what you wanted, or specific types of files, but we're going to do files and folders. And we are going to choose files or folders in Finder. And then we are going to, files or folders in Finder. And then we're going to create a little shell script. So where can I find the shell script? Sorry, it's just been a while since I used this automator. Okay, maybe we can, okay. So if you search for it, you can find run shell script here and click that. And so now you have this ability to receive the file folder when you're in the Finder window and run a shell script. We can choose maybe a bin bash shell script. And we can pass the file folder details as arguments. And so here it kind of created a little loop for f in $at do echo $f done. Now here I'm basically going to replace this with this code instead for f in $at do, and the main line that I'm going to have now is open -a Visual Studio Code. That is basically VSCode. This will also work if you were, for example, wanting to open things in Chrome. And then we will pass in the $f, which was passed in as an argument from the file and folder in the Finder. So that's essentially it. We can, let's see, how do we save this perhaps? Or run this? So run shell script completed, workflow completed. And let's see, what can we say? Like if we right click on something, quick actions, customize folder, new terminal at folder, send to Hammerspoon. Okay, so it's not yet there. Let's see, what else do we need to do? Record, stop, library, media, file, save. Save this quick action as open VS Code. Save it. Okay. And now let's try going back to our Finder and see if that is now a quick action. Yes, it is, right? So here we see open VS Code. So let's go back to our git send, git send. Here it was, temp, and quick action, open VS Code. And here you can see this temp folder is open in VS Code. I can now start creating files, hi.txt and hi. So I can save things, and then I can also do all my stuff. Open the terminal here. I should now, there's some initializations in my terminal which I added, but I'm now in the temp folder. I can see that the hi.txt is there. I can also manually go in here, see the hi.txt is there. So that's it. It's as simple as that to be able to set it up so that VS Code can be open both from quick actions in folders by right-clicking, as well as from terminal. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial and enjoy coding or doing whatever else you're doing with VS Code, or you can also use this to open files in another program.